What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. DICE has added some significant updates on some of the new maps coming out in our Apocalypse DLC. So I'm going to give you guys a quick run through on the changes of these maps and get you guys to have a look at some of the texturing that they have done as well. Now, they have added some weapon balancing issues in this patch that I won't be focusing on in this video, but I will link down all the information on the notes in the description down below, and you guys can go check that out. The first map here is River Somme, and this map was advertised as having a lot of wheat fields, and the attacking side would have to work its way out where the wheat fields was at and work its way more inwards towards where the map would be at, where there would be trenches. And there was some concern already of coming out of the home spawn, as the wheat fields were just so open and you could easily be picked off by snipers. So DICE has added some live-uns projectors at the very beginning of the home spawn for the attacking British team, so you can lay that down and that will drop the gas around where that farmhouse is at. You as well have an extra trench right by the wheat fields that you can access, that will be a little bit sooner than what the only there was one trench that was there originally, so now there will be two trenches, and that second trench that was added is a little bit closer. So they said they've also added craters in the terrain to hopefully give you a little bit more cover if you're pushing out from certain positions on the map. They as well added a lot more trenches in general. They went as far to say they added 5 or more new trenches to the map. They do say the trenches are deeper and they are bigger, and then there's just generally more cover just on the map in itself. So I mean, even pushing up a lot on the left side of the map, if you guys had originally watched my first video on River Somme, I had gotten sniped while pushing on the left side down where the river's at. You know, now there's a broken down tank that's right there to give you more cover, just more brush in general. There's just the terrain itself is just positioned and moved in such a way where you could easily lay down if you're trying to avoid sniper cover, and you can have a little bit of a ditch that will give you cover. There is still that motorbike that's right by the A spawn if you're able to cap A, and you can easily get on that and really push up towards the left and have a lot of cover there in itself. But if that's, like, of course, the worst case scenario, obviously there's not a bunch of these motorbikes on the map, but there's still a lot of cover where if you do throw a lot of smoke, it will get you out. Not quite the heavy amount of the wheat field that I was looking for. I was looking for really thick brush that you could be crawling through, but even though that's not there, you still will be able to, in my opinion, for the most part, be able to get out of that home spawn. They did add some machine guns at the very home spawn of the British attacking side. That does do some pretty solid damage on enemy players. So there's 2 of them on both sides of the live-ins projector. So if you want to, after you shoot the live-ins projector, jump on one of those machine guns and help give your teammates some cover fire, you can definitely go do that. Now, they have limited the British attacking side's tanks on the map. So originally there was 2, now there's only 1, and they have, instead of the MG0815 as the elite class, they replaced it for the tank hunter class. So originally we had the Villa Perosa, the flame trooper, and the MG0815, but now we just have the Villa Perosa, flame trooper, and now the tank hunter class. So that's definitely interesting, and they are generally in the same spot as they were before. A little bit of some different places, a little bit as the trenches have kind of evolved, as DICE has made them a little bit bigger and just kind of changed up the pathways a little bit. So they're in a little bit different locations, but generally in the exact same spots as they were before. And finally, DICE did add the elite classes as the behemoth for only the attacking side. So if the British attackers fall behind, you will find elite classes, and you can already see the crates at the very home spawn where the machine guns and the live-ins projector is at. Now, moving on to Caporetto, which had some of the similar concerns as River Somme for the attacking side being able to get out of their home spawn, and DICE has made ways to kind of alleviate that stress by adding some more cover from that home spawn to the capture point A. They as well added the Liven's projector in the home quarter spawn for the attacking team, that the moment you do shoot that off, it will spread out around the A flag. They as well added some very clear paths for people who may want to get into one of the vehicles and drive their way down. Now this path does weave kind of around the actual mountain as it goes downwards, so if you want to make more of a straight line, you're probably going to have to get out of the car and you know, start walking down more of the rocky paths. So if you again want to take a little bit of a longer route, but you maybe want to be in a vehicle, you're going to have to go a little bit more around the map, but the pathways are much more clear and easier to follow. DICE has went as far as adjusting the vehicle timing for the attacking side to allow their planes to become active on the map quicker, to hopefully again give a little bit more of an edge to the attacking side to get out of that home spawn area. DICE has changed up the capture points of B and E pretty significantly. As you can see, E here is really different than what it was originally before, and they've changed a lot of stuff with the cover and just everything around each of these flags right here. So when it comes to the elite classes on this map, they have kind of swapped some of the placements for these elite classes. Now when you're going to find the Flame Trooper class, it's going to be right around where B is at. So that was originally where the MG08 was located at, but instead of moving the MG08 where the Flame Trooper spawn is at, they actually moved it to a totally new area. So it's right there close to where D flag is at, and it's actually where a new structure they added on, which is a broken down bridge. So you're actually going to find it under the bridge itself, and definitely pretty cool to see that bridge on its map and kind of see these maps slowly but surely evolving. So that's definitely pretty cool. They have added some heavy artillery weapons over there by the E flag, so that is a new addition on the map. And overall, they did say they added more cavalry classes to be on the map. So you know, originally we hadn't seen any cavalry classes on the Turning Tides maps, so it's definitely cool to see a resurgence of that class back on Battlefield 1. Moving on to the final map, Passchendaele, they did add the Liven's projector on the German home quarter spawn, as that spawn was kind of out there in the open, and if your team got pushed all the way back there, you were kind of, you know, left to just kind of get picked off by enemy players. So in addition to that, they actually tried to spread out the home quarter spawn for the German side more, to give a little bit more travel distance, to maybe wrap yourself around the side of the map. And of course, they added some more machine guns as well, to hopefully make that a bit easier if you guys get yourself pushed back. Now, for the other team spawn, I do want to see them move back the heroes kits for the Behemoth on that side, as I was actually able to push the enemy team back in one game and actually run over and pick up the Tank Hunters kit. So I don't think I would have made it if I would have picked up one of the Sentry kits, as that slows your speed down, and I don't think I would have quite have made it. But the Tank Hunter class is right there, and I would like to see them push those elite classes all the way back where I can't even reach it in the first place. So that's definitely going to have a lot of players who on the attacking side will just run up and pick up the elite class, even though they know they're going to die with it still. So I would like to see those pushed all the way back completely, so the enemy team has a chance to work its way back into the game. Now the cool thing is they have added elite classes on Passchendaele, which we originally didn't see anything like that before. They do have the Flame Trooper class, which is originally what we saw in their concept art on this map. So that is located by D flag. And then they put the MG08 located right by B flag. So I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping I would see the Trench Raider make its return, as we haven't seen it since They Shall Not Pass. So I was again hoping they would do maybe something like Novel Knights, where you had the Flame Trooper and then the Trench Raider on the other side. So that would have been pretty cool. That's not going to be the case as of right now, but again, I would like to see the Trench Raider back, as we see all the other elite classes make their way back on various different maps. So again, the Trench Raider's been left alone and They Shall Not Pass, so it would be nice to see it again on this map. But right now we only have the MG08 and the Flame Trooper. And in addition to the stuff that DICE is doing on this map, they have tried to work on balancing out the distance to travel to these capture points, as well as added and refine some of the out of bounds better to match the gameplay space, with adding some more skybox effects and landmarks to help the player orientation. So it's definitely nice to see DICE quickly moving into making some improvements on these maps, as we will see on Passchendaele. Elite classes, again, as I had made mention there a little bit earlier, on your home quarter spawn. So if you do get fall behind, you can already see the different elite classes crates there on the map for you to be able to pick up. So there will be a behemoth, and those will be the elite classes on Passchendaele. And overall, just how these maps are looking as the texturing has been added to these maps, definitely looks stunning. Definitely is exciting to be able to play these maps, and it's good again to see DICE moving quickly on these maps, as it'll hopefully give them more time on this new air assault mode to hopefully readdress it and do some significant changes, and hopefully help and bring this to the Battlefield community in a way that hopefully everyone can enjoy, and we can all have a good time with this on BF1. But that's basically it for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments below if anything has popped up to your attention off of what you could see changed, or what you have liked already in the improvements that have been presented to us today. But that's it for you guys today. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm Livin', and I'll catch you guys again later. Peace.